In the religious sacrament of reconciliation, the target is God, to beg God and ask God for forgiveness. How do you wrong your fellow man and go to another entity to ask for forgiveness? How does this work? Abusia, the fruit of our collective minds are what produce divine judgment, not what a priest says. I am required here to prepare your conscience to watch this from threefold perspectives. First, a person who has wronged society seeks forgiveness from the people he has wronged. And 2, a man who has been wronged by society for being wrongfully convicted. And then 3, what we all don't know. And that is what our guest is here to disclose. What took him to prison? Who was offended? And what you, the one watching me, think about their condition and their situation. My guests will tell us about their life behind bars, and you will share your collective thoughts in the comment section. Akwaba, oath to our guest. You are here to freely express regret, accept responsibility, change, seek restitution, or request forgiveness and alignment. But if society has wronged you, we are willing to listen willingly, express regret, accept responsibility, seek your forgiveness, and show respect. Which one do you stand for? Welcome to Life Behind Bars.
And gentlemen, to yet another episode of Live Behind Bars. So, you'd ask yourself, what takes people to prison? The obvious answers are usually murder, rape, theft, amongst others. But do you know that some lifestyle decisions you take can actually lead you to prison? We'll find out on this episode. My name is Gifty Sema and I'll be your host for today. Welcome, viewers, and let's welcome our guest to the show as well. Welcome.
Thank you.
Please give us a brief on what took you to prison.
Yeah, actually, I'm a young guy who had completed university. That's one of the prominent university in Ghana. I came out with second class upper. So I happened to work with 4 firms. One was I was working at a hospital. 2, I was an event organizer. 3, I was working at an FM station. And 4, I was working with one foundation, of which I don't want to mention the name. Yeah, so what happened is I was introduced into the betting world. So being a young guy, I thought this was very lucrative for me. Little did I not know that it was going to tarnish my image at the end of the day. I had money coming from all these 4 sectors, but at the end of the day, the betting took all my money away, and I also started selling my belongings so that I can bet day in and day out, because at the end of the day, I became so addicted to this betting, of which I couldn't handle my situation. So what took me to the prison was that we happened to have a contract in one institution, of which I was one of the leaders taking, like supervising the place. So I took an iron, that was a tender rod. Okay. I had it in my bag and I was confronted by the security man at the gate. So at the end of the day, I started lying that I took the item, or I brought the item outside to the yard. So I was taken to where I said I brought the item. When we went there, nothing showed that such item was coming from the place. So I was arraigned before the police and I was taken to court. So I was given 5 years with hard labor.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, this is a very hard-working man who had 4 jobs. It's not like when he finished university, he wasn't doing anything. he had 4 good sources of income. But betting, it always seems like a very scrumptious plan. It seems like a very, very nice idea to have an amount of money and flip it over for multiples of that money. But do we know what it leads to? Do we know the plan behind it? Let's hear more of his story to know what exactly happened while he was in prison for those 5 years. So please, what's the value of that item that you picked from the site?
Yeah, at that time, I didn't know the value. But later at the court, I was given the value to be, that's 120 Ghana cedis. 120 Ghana cedis. That's the new currency. Yes.
So what pushed you to pick that specific item?
You see, earlier on, I said I became so addicted to the betting. So at that time, I wasn't having any money on me. So I planned that taking that tender rod, I can sell it out there and get money to bet.
Wow. So when they valued the item as 120 cedis for you in court,
Yeah.
what was your response to that? Did you offer to pay back that money and be set free?
Yeah. I told my Lord, I'm sorry for that, but my Lord told me ignorance of the law is not excuse. And one thing that didn't help me at the court was that, you see, like being a university graduate, they think that you know the law.
Yes.
Yes. So at that point, my begging couldn't pardon me.
And you could also not reconcile with your boss on that?
Yes, because it was a government institution. It was a government institution, and like as if you are fighting with the government. And in every institution, there is a law. So at that time, I was told that that is against that institution. So I have to face the consequence.
Okay, so going into prison, you spent all the 5 years there, right?
I didn't. A miraculous work happened to me. Okay. Yes, because you see, I said I was given 5 years with hard labor,
yes.
But I couldn't. I spent only 1 year and 8 months there.
Okay. So within that 1 year and 8 months, what was the most painful thing that happened to you that you don't think you can ever forget?
It was numerous. One was the feeding aspect. Because looking at the nature of food that is given to prisoners in Ghana is something to talk about. It's something to talk about. Then 2 is the health condition. Because you sleep with a whole lot of people in just a single room. A single room that is meant for maybe 2 or 3 people, but we can get as many as 120 inmates in a single room. Yes, so that single room that I'm talking about, like taking this my side, yeah, even this side is bigger.
Wow.
Yes, then you see a young man. Everyone has been stuck in that room. So that is another painful thing that happened to me. And 3 was the ventilation condition. The window is so small that fresh air find it difficult getting in that room. So when it gets to a season like this, even at this time, I think they will be rejoicing a bit because we are in the rainy season. So at least the room will be cold small. But when we get to the dry season, that's where you see the wall sweating. So just imagine being in a room and the wall sweats. Because at that time, all the 120 inmates are in that room. And everyone is coming out with his let's say, heat coming out of that person. So just imagine if the fan that is in the room will start blowing heat. So these are some of the things that I regretted being at the Kumasi Central Prison.
So if someone is to contract an airborne disease and is supposed to be within that cell with you, they do not remove that person from the cell.
What they do is when a serious situation has not happened, that person will not be removed. That person will be taking his medicine or medication, all right, but he will still be with you until they find out that what that person has contracted will be dangerous to all of you. That's where that person will be removed and sent to segregation. We have a place called that. Yeah.
But before they realize, the person may have even spread it to the rest.
Yes, that's one bad thing in prison. That's one bad thing. Yes, and I pray that no one get there. No one get there.
So within your 1 year and 8 months,
Yeah.
would there be anything that you term good? Is there any good thing that happened to you or in your life with your stay, within your stay?
Yes, I would say one good thing happened to me, and that is the word of God. The word of God changed me there. Yes, the word of God changed me, and always I pray and thank God that I had that total change of mind when I got there. The reason why I'm saying this is that at the prison, still gambling goes on, betting goes on. But when I got there and I freely joined the church in there, I had a total freedom of mind. I was able to think deeply. I was able to tell myself, right after a year, this is what I have to go and do. And really, when I came out, God really helped me. That is why I told you earlier on that I was given the 5 years, but I couldn't spend that 5 years. It's all because of God. I was granted something called amnesty.
Okay,
Yes.
great. But my question for you is, the word of God is out there. It's
Yeah.
everywhere. God is everywhere. He
Yes.
was out there before you went into
Yeah.
prison. So what made the difference? Why is it that it's the prison that made you find him when
Yeah.
he's always been there?
The reason why I'm saying that I was born into the Christian home.
Exactly.
Because I'm a Pentecost member. Yes. But the reason why I'm saying the prison changed me was that at that place I had let's say time. I had time for God. Because it was school, going to teach, church. That was what I was doing there. Yes. And really, you see, one thing that God normally do for his people is that when God sees that you've had a total change in yourself, he tries to help you in certain ways that man may not understand. Yes. So over there, I had an encounter with God, and that is why I said it is the word of God that changed me there. And I'm happy that that betting habit that was in me. Because when someone becomes so addicted to betting, it's very dangerous, so serious. It's very dangerous, more than drugs.
But what causes this addiction? Is it that when you do it, sometimes you win, so it makes you want to do more? You are always losing, but hoping that one day you win.
Yeah, that's one tricky thing in betting. You see, if in the betting company, they tell you gambling can be what? Addictive. They know that at the end of the day, when you get hooked up in betting, it can tarnish your image. It can destroy you. That's why they have given you that warning. But when you are entering in, you will not take it serious. Because your first day, when you go into, that's one thing about the devil. The first day when you get in, you start winning. So you become happy. So at the end of the day, every day you try to win. And it is a step. Today, maybe you may bet with 10 cedis. Tomorrow, because you've won, you may try to increase it 20. Then you'll be moving. So by the time that you realize, every day you'll be betting as high as 1,000 Ghana. Even that 1,000 Ghana is even small. Because just some seconds. And this thing that has also come and destroyed the industry is the aviator. Because it's just seconds. I had a friend of mine who has been given 23 years.
Wow. For betting?
Yeah, for betting. He was a foreigner. Although he was a Ghanaian, but he used to travel up and down. So when he came to Ghana, one of his friends told him that, he should help him travel. They were 3 friends, so they all gave him that money, which was amounting up to 3 billion. That's old Ghana cedis.
Wow.
Just a day or just 1 hour. the betting took all that money away. So that's why I'm saying betting is very dangerous more than drugs. Serious. Because with betting, when you don't bet a day, you not feel ease. And that's my biggest regret in life. Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about general prison life. You mentioned that you were teaching there.
Yeah.
What were you teaching?
Yes, at the prison we have school.
Okay.
We have the junior high and you have the senior high. Yes, so over there, we inmates, some of us, the educated ones, we are given the opportunity to teach our younger ones or those who are below our educational level. So over there, I was teaching creative arts and career technology.
Okay.
Yes. So it was our time that we helped our inmates even to get a single number there. My subjects, there were 5 candidates that we registered. With creative arts, we have 3 students who all had 1-1 or AA.
Wow.
So just imagine someone in that difficult situation learning at that time. So always I tell people that prison can be good to us and it can also be bad to us. It depends on you. When you allow the prison to pass through you, that is where you have a total change when you come out. But when you pass through the prison, that is where you become hardened criminal.
Okay.
Serious.
So now I have 2 questions for
Yeah.
you. First question is, were you being paid for the teaching job you were doing?
No. You see, the court gave us 5 years with hard labor.
So always, the first time for everything is the hardest.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about the first day of being in prison? How did you feel? How was the atmosphere? How was the whole
Oh yes,
experience?
my first day was very bad for me. That day I felt that I should even take my life I should take my life. Because I've never seen that situation before. So just imagine a graduate, you know the beauty of life. Then just one day you wake up and you be sleeping with about 120 inmates. So just imagine the condition, the sleeping aspect. I think we come to the sleeping aspect. So that place, that my first day, I felt that my life should be taken away. I felt like dying out or passing away. Yes.
What about your family members?
Yes, my family, I didn't inform them. I didn't. It was only one of my brother who knew that. Because earlier on, I thought that at the court, I would be freed. Because I know just a tender rod will not end me at the prison. It's either they may give me maybe fund that, pay this amount. But I didn't know that I was going to be given 5 years. So my family members, they didn't know. And I think earlier on, most of them thought I had traveled.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you didn't tell anybody?
I didn't. It was until I came out and I was on the TV and media that they saw that, hey, this is what happened.
So people believe that betting has a spiritual backing. And there's something spiritual about it that causes you to continue and not be able to stop. What are your views on that?
Yeah, it is really true. It is really true. Because, you see, everything of the devil has a spiritual or evil backing to it. Yes. So I believe that that perception that people have, that betting has that evil thing support, is really true. Because the moment you get into it, you find it very difficult stopping until something bad happens to you. And I can tell you, betting has ended a lot of the youth on the streets now. Many of them are not able to go home now because of betting. The reason is that they've taken that family money of theirs to the betting shop to go and bet. And at the end of the day, within 1 hour, that whole money got finished and they couldn't return back. Many of them too has also taken their rent money to go for betting. And at the end of the day, some have ended their life. I had 2 friends who died as a result of betting. And some of them,
themselves.
yes. Betting, see, my lady, betting is very dangerous. Betting is very dangerous more than drugs.
And you mentioned that the prison even sometimes make people more notorious. Why is that? What is going on in there that's making people more notorious?
What I realized at the prison is that, you see, the prison, they mingle all of us together. So just imagine, someone might come to the prison for just 1 week. Maybe has been given a sentence of 1 week with hard labor because he or she, let's say he or she beat his wife, or let's say he beat his wife, and he has been given just 1 week to come and learn something from the prison. So just imagine that person is not a criminal or is not a thief, but when he comes there, we are all mixed together. So at the end of the day, just imagine someone will be chatting with him because the prison, they've done it in such a way that even that you are in there, you have to stand in front of the whole inmate in that room. Tell us what brought you there. So when you come there, you come and get friend. So there you have the hardened criminals there, murderers.
And within a blink, that person will influence you so much to go
That's
and
it.
do worse.
Yes, because that person know that you very soon you'll be going home, and you also need money to survive at the prison. So when you are someone that can easily be deceived, that person will introduce you into his life that he has so and so guns there. So when you go home and you are not getting anything to do, just call these people and they will help you. And truly, when you call them, they will help you. But at the end of the day, they will introduce you into their life.
So when they introduce you to people out there and you do bad things with them,
Yeah.
you send some of the money
Yes, you said because it's a contract. It's a contract.
So you mentioned you need money to survive in the prison.
Yeah.
How are you making yours?
What really helped me was the church. It was the church. Because every day I have to study the word of God. Because now I wanted to change my mindset. Because every human being, when you have a total change of mindset, you can do everything in this world. Nothing becomes impossible for you. Everything becomes possible. So with mine, although I didn't tell my family members and I wasn't having money before getting there, but when I got there, I had to call my landlord because at that time, my rent, I told my landlord that I had a problem and I've been sent to the jail. So what I need right now is I have to let my brother come for my things so that my balance, he or she can send it for me. So that balance of mine was sent to me at the prison. So I had to manage with that money. So my first change was that I started selling things at the prison. Yes, I started selling. I was selling BB bread. I was selling BB bread. So you see, as I said, I was a teacher. So my students that I used to teach them, at the end of the class, I give the bread to them. They will be going around the cells. So a day, maybe a bread, I can get a profit of 15 cedis just on one bread. So if I'm able to sell, or they are able to sell 10 bread a day, I get my 150 Ghana cedis. And just imagine that 150 cedis, I give them 20, maybe they are only one. I give that person 20 cedis or 30 cedis. The rest of the 120 is mine as a profit. So I can buy anything that I need a day.
So generally, would you say the prison has had a positive or negative impact on you?
For me, it has a positive impact on me as I sit here today. Because if I have not been at the prison, by now, I would not have even known where my life would be. I might even be dead now, or maybe mad on the streets. So to me, the prison has helped me. But not to everybody. Not to everybody. Because I allowed the prison to pass through me. Yes.
Okay. So what are 3 things that you would advise viewers, especially people that are into betting, that will help them stop betting?
Yeah, what I will advise people is that it is not everything that shines as money. Yes, because we, the young men, we think that this is a lucrative thing. We can easily make money out of it. But my sister, let me tell you, when you enter into it, that's where you know how trickish this thing is. So I would advise the young men not to venture or go into gambling or betting. Because when you get in there, it would destroy your future. You are not going to have any life in there. Because those in betting do not have life. Because every day you be thinking about bet. 2, what I would tell them is that they don't have to invest their money into betting. Because when you invest your money into betting, at the end of the day, betting will take all your money away. Then 3, when you get into betting, you are going to lose your life. Because many has died out of betting. Many are on the street because of betting. Many has ended their life at the prison because of betting. So there is no good thing in betting.
Yes. As for that, it's been attained that it's bad.
Oh, yeah.
But what are some steps? Because people know that it's bad, but they still do it. So what are some steps or measures that you think someone can take to not enter into it at all? Or if someone is in it, what can they do to help them get out easily?
Yeah, one is those who are trying to get into betting, I would advise them to watch this video carefully. Listen to my testimony I'm giving it to them. Because I am a graduate, and you know, graduates are very smart in their doing. So just imagine a whole graduate who betting has destroyed his future, and now because of God, he has been able to reconcile his mind again, and is now working very well. So if this person has been destroyed or tarnished by betting, then how much more you? You can never be smarter than betting. So those who are trying to get into betting, I will tell them, please, don't enter. Don't enter. And those who have gone into it and they are stuck up, I will tell them right now what they have to do is they have to open up. Speak what you are facing. Just tell someone who can easily keep secrets. Because it's not every person that you have to tell your situation to. But there are some people out there, when you tell your situation to them, they would use it against you or they'll laugh at you. So I would tell them to get someone, maybe a man of God or someone in the family who can easily help them by not telling their story to the other family members.
Okay. So tell us about life outside prison. When you came out, now everyone knows that you've been in jail before. Was there any stigma? How was it like for you getting a job and just continuing with your life?
Yeah, with mine, I added value to my life. The reason why I'm saying I added value to my life was that I did industrial arts. So as an industrial art student, we are into designing a whole lot of like the designing world. So at the prison, I told myself, why don't I stop working for people and create my own work? So at the prison, day in and day out, I write my business plan. So right at day one, when I was released from the prison, I started this. And this really helped me. So I didn't mind about the stigma out there. Maybe people pointing at me. I didn't mind that. At the end of the day, as I'm sitting here, if I tell you what I've gotten out there, you marvel. But it's all by the grace of God. But I will not say everything. We have to be praying. Although prayer is good, but it deals with hard working. When you pray and you don't work hard, you can never achieve whatever you want in life. So when I came out here, I've reconciled my mind, and everything is hard work, right from day one. Right now, I don't have friends. My friend is my work. And right now, I can tell you, I have 3 jobs that I'm working on. The first one, I am an artist. I draw. Then the other one, I've been able to purchase one motor. That's the big motor. So after my schedule work. I normally close at 4. So after 4, I also use that motor to do delivery. Then the other one, I'm into the painting. So, and these are fetching me a lot of money. So for me, I don't mind about the stigma out there. I even go back to my prison, that's the central prison, and help my colleagues with the little that I get.
Wow. Yeah. So for you, prison has been therapeutic?
Oh yes, to me, but not to everybody. Because a lot have destroyed their life whilst they were put at the bar.
So what would you say the government should do about betting? Outside the betting tax, what do you think they can do to mitigate the risk of getting people into that?
For me, if it's my wish, but I know the government is also gaining a lot from the betting company. The reason why I'm saying this is that when I came out and I started my campaign, I was confronted by some of the big men of the company. They told me, hey, Bismarck, don't you know most of the things that we are doing here are being sponsored by the betting company? So just imagine, most of the things in the community are sponsored by the betting company. How can the government put a stop to that? It's due to us, the youth. We have to tell ourselves that never again should we enter the betting, or we should tell ourselves that betting is not good for us to invest our money in it. But to the government, I will tell, or my little advice, or what I've faced in betting and what I had at the prison, I will tell the government that a lot of the youths are in prison because of betting. So if betting was good, how can it end a lot of the youth, the working force at the prison? So to my president, I will tell my president that, please, Mr. President, although betting is giving the country a lot of money, but we should look at the future. Because when we don't do that, at the end of the day, all the working force would be at the prison, and it will not help Ghana as a country.
So when you went to prison, besides the betting, you saw other people that had committed different crimes, and for that reason, they were in prison.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to the youth in general about prison?
Yeah, the advice I'll give to the youth out there is that we should have confidence in ourselves. We should stop following friends. We should think about ourselves, and we shouldn't be following the crowd. Because the reason why I'm saying this is that most of the youth now are chasing money. And they know that obi ekanasem sika yeni sikefi. Yes, a dabola sokra to me fa epipa ho. So due to that, you see a youth no any abre, a lot of the youths, everyone need money. And because of that, we are all pushing ourselves into negative vices in the society. That is why these days we have a lot of a lot of social vices on the streets now. So just imagine day in and day out, you see the government or the institution talking about drugs. Everyone is talking about drugs. But I think they've forgotten about betting. Betting is more dangerous than drugs. So please, to the society, please, let's stay away from betting, because betting can be addictive. And when you become addictive, it will end your life shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Viewers, you see, this was a very hard-working gentleman who had just graduated from the university, but due to betting, ended up in prison. For him, it was therapeutic. For him, it was like he was reborn. He changed his life. But many other people are ending their lives with betting. Many other people are causing problems from themselves by betting. Is it the adrenaline? What exactly is it that makes us do these things? Let's work on ourselves. Let's stop doing these things. They are not the best because they may land us in prison. This is Life Behind Bars. And my name is Gifty Sema Makramo.